and it was amazing to me how much they just popped it in, and that we hardly lost any air. It was great. Plus, the guys were so good. They were so fun. I really enjoyed them. So I guess some people don't like having other people in their house, but he had to admit that they were pretty good. Huh?
I admit it. They were fantastic.
Good.
You can move that if you want. Don't use flash look because it'll bounce back on you.
Right.
I'll hold one up.
So you want to tell about your experience? Like,
Okay.
how did you find us? Then
You can put it on the floor.
what happened? We came over. David and I came and did a presentation.
Yes.
And
Yes.
just go through all of that,
Okay.
and then just how everything.
Okay, so after I talked my husband into finally saying yes to get a quote even, then we called our son and said, what's the name of that place you use? And he says, First Place Windows, Mom, I keep telling you. It's easy to remember, they're in first place. I said, okay. So that's when we called you guys, and then we called a couple other companies, and when you guys were first, and so when you came, you brought all the windows, and I like that, because what the heck is double hung? You know, what the heck are those things? I don't know what those things are. And so it was nice to see them actually physically touch them and lift them up and pull that out. And oh, you could clean it from the inside. This is like going back to Germany, you know? It's pretty cool.
And
So-
and it's not a hard sell.
No.
You know, all they were doing is explaining the process, explaining the procedures, how we do things, how windows are made, what it can do for you. And
Yep.
it wasn't like you got 24 hours and we'll give you a
Right.
10% discount like the other group of Windows guys
Ended
that
up
we had
doing.
coming over. It was like talking to a used car salesman.
Those guys, not these
Those guys.
Yeah.
You know, these guys, First Place Windows, aren't used car salesmen. They just come
No.
out and tell you, hey, here's our product. This is what we
what
can
it
do
is.
for you. This is how it's going to help you. And the other guys are like, well, if you buy now or by 5 o'clock tomorrow, I can give you another $2,000
That's what
off.
they actually said. It was
said
2
it.
o'clock in the afternoon, and he goes, and if you buy today, I'll give you an extra 10% off because I work off commission and all this. And I'm like, it's 2 o'clock. And so he goes, well, I could extend it to tomorrow. And that's right then. Ron and I looked at each other. I knew we were both thinking the same thing. Get out.
Yeah.
And he didn't bring anything. He didn't
Oh,
bring
wow.
anything with him. There were no windows there. And I didn't tell him that we'd already seen you until after he was here a while. And then he's like, well, what's in it? Because I was asking him questions that you guys had told me about, like the lifetime warranty, which is transferable as a lifetime warranty.
Double lifetime warranty.
And so double lifetime warranty. And then we asked this guy, he goes, oh yeah, we have the lifetime warranty, double lifetime. And I said, oh, so if I sell my house, the next people have a lifetime warranty? Well, no. Like if you had yours for 10 years with our windows, then if you sold it, then they would have 10 years. Oh, so not really double lifetime. I think he was kind of ticked because, you know, we knew to ask that because you guys were first. So I really liked that. That was really nice to know those things. And you could see he was getting a little flustered because we knew too many things. And then he says, well, what's the name of this place that you guys had? And I told him, and he goes, I haven't even heard of them. I said, I'm just telling you. Well, you know, what glass do they use with it? I said, same ones you're telling me, exactly the same place, you know. So,
They're
yeah,
doing it a lot cheaper.
a lot cheaper
And
and
the
plus,
process, when we did pick them, the process was completely painless. I'm the one that put it off for 3 or 4 years because I thought it'd just be a total mess. Your house would be in chaos for 2, 3, 4 days, and it wasn't. I
No.
mean, they pop one out, pop the other one right in, tack it in. It's in and out so quickly, and then go on to the next one.
and when they leave for the day, they always clean up.
They were the cleanest crew. You never know they were even here.
Yep.
They were experienced. They were sharp. They
Yep.
had good sense of humor.
Important.
And-
That's an important thing.
And in 2 days, they finished taking 17 out and putting 15 in.
Yep.
And
Well, that doesn't mean there were some holes. We went from 2 windows to 1 in a couple of rooms.
Yeah.
Let's just make that
yeah,
clear.
and you can do that. You can, you know, you have two windows. You want one big one. Tell them ahead of time, and that's
Yeah.
what you did. The windows right here on our left, they were just, you know, the type that have the little squares on them, and they lift up. And we didn't need that in the front because we
No.
have other windows on this floor, and we went full portrait type windows, and
So beautiful.
it just made such a difference in the house.
And one of the best things was when my closet windows, one of them was faulty, and so they didn't put it in that day. Had to reorder it, and I really liked that you could tell the difference between the hot and cold right away. We had solar screens on the other one, everything. And boy, I'll tell you, when that afternoon sun comes in our back windows, and I go in my closet, I could touch the new window and it'd be cool to the touch. Actually, cool to the touch, and the other one was hot to the touch. And that's when I thought, man, that is a big difference. So, and of course, it was great to see our electric bill go down almost $100.
In our back door, we had a piece of glass in there. We wanted the pellet type windows that
Yeah,
you
the
could
blinds.
the blinds. And the other guy that was out here said, "Oh, I can't do that.
I said, it's just an insert.
It's just an insert."
And he goes, no, you have to get your whole new door. And I go,
For a couple $100, these guys did it.
yep.
Or the other guy says, "No, we can't do that."
Yeah.
Just outright refused to do it.
Yeah.
And now it looks beautiful back there.
And the other guy didn't
So-
bring any samples. He didn't talk about, he wanted to know what we wanted, whether it's double hung or, well, by then I knew what they were, but if he had been the first one out, I wouldn't have even known what he was talking about. And he was very cocky and not personable. And that makes a difference to me because it's kind of like, I know we talk about support local and mom and pop shops, but that's what you guys were, you know, father, son, not mom and pop, but, you know,
Yeah.
it was very nice. It was very good. And of course, I finished off most of Larry's jokes before he finished them, so, you know,
So you felt like you weren't dealing with a corporation, you're dealing with a family
yeah,
to do your windows. And you always worry about, do they subcontract out to somebody that, you know, they come in, they leave, now some poor subcontractor comes in and does the work. It's no, they have a team. That same team does all the windows. They've done friends of ours now, their windows, they've done our windows.
and communication is really good.
So
You can text them, and they will always respond. Even if they don't know the answer right then, they'll respond and tell me they'll get back to me right away. So that's really important too, because I don't like it when they just don't show up for a long time and you don't hear anything and crickets chirping and
we're not
it was
paid
never like
actors. You can
No.
come by the house and see our windows anytime with an appointment. Come by and take a look
Yep.
for yourselves.
yep. Although we've
we're-
talked about doing stand up. No, anyway.
Luckily, I got retirement money. But,
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we
anytime.
can't recommend them more because I'm very happy they, and one of the things Larry said when he came was, you know, we hope that when we leave after the job, we're not just, you know, people that you hired, but also friends, and I feel like that. In fact, David was in the neighborhood, was it a few weeks ago, and I get a knock on the door, and I open the door, it's David, what are you doing here? He goes, I was in the neighborhood, I just thought I'd stop by. So how nice is that? I mean, where do you get that?
They just don't do the job
Yeah.
and leave you hanging.
Yeah.
If you have any questions later on,
Yep.
they'll stop by and let you know how something works. If you forgot, hey, they can come by
Yep.
and help you out. They're still part of the family. So
Yep.
definitely the team to use if you're
Yes.
looking at replacing windows.
Suzie, you've told us you like these two picture windows in your front room. Are there any other windows that you really love? Especially?
These are my favorite just because I've never had a full plate glass window for Christmas time. I put my tree up there. You can see the tree outside. There's nothing covering it. But I do love the windows upstairs because I can open them and clean them inside. So we had all the upstairs ones done so that you could pull it toward you and you can just clean it off. You don't have to hire a window washer anymore.
Don't
Well, I
have to climb
hired
on.
this
Don't
one.
have to climb on a ladder.
Nope.
So all
It
the
is amazing.
all the windows we
And
like.
they're so smooth opening and closing. You can just, it's so
We had a
easy.
kitchen window that we always had problems with that would vibrate with the wind, you know, whistle, cause problems, and now it's just quiet. I
And
mean,
we'd get bugs in there and everything, and nothing,
No,
no
nothing.
bugs, no bugs, no dirt.
we don't even know. Car just pulled up, and you couldn't hear it.
Nope.
Usually we could hear it. Now we don't hear anything out there.
Yep.
We don't, like I say, we don't know it's raining until we look outside because we can't hear anything.
Yeah,
It's so quiet.
because we're deaf. No, it's not that. That's not
And,
the reason.
and every month since we had the windows installed, we've saved money on our utilities.
Yes.
You go 1 year to the next year, every month, and we haven't changed our habits as
No.
far as using electricity.
Because I use a lot of air
Yes.
conditioning. Let's just say that. I'll be honest.
And this has kept the
Yep.
whole house cooler, especially upstairs where the sun would always beat in because we had the afternoon sun.
Yeah.
It's really saving us from using the air upstairs.
Yep.
Do you notice how everything is more evenly heated and cooled? So you don't
There's
have
no hot spots.
Yeah, that's true. There are no hot spots.
There are no
like
hot
my
spots.
closet was always a hot spot.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and not just because I didn't keep it clean. It was just because it was a hot spot.
And the bedroom, you go up there in the afternoon, and
Yep.
even with the solar screens, you could feel the heat coming through the
And now we don't need the
windows.
solar screens, and it's so much brighter. It's so much nicer.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Every solar screen on the house has come down
Yep.
because of these windows. So you don't have to do both. You
No.
do the windows, you get rid of your solar screens.
Yes.
So,
Don't need that anymore.
Yeah. so
Do you find yourself using the curtains a lot less during the daytime?
we don't
Oh.
use the curtains at
I used to have the blinds. I used to have mini blinds on these,
Uh-huh.
but I took them off as soon as those things went in, and we got the drapes on the grommets, so we can just push them shut at nighttime and open them right up. And they're not even room darkening ones. They just are just enough to keep people from even being able to see in.
First thing in the morning,
First in the morning.
we open these up, and then
Every
evening
day.
when it gets dark, because right now a neighbor can't see through the windows unless they're at the perfect angle because it's so reflective.
Right.
So no one's looking at us, even though the windows look like people would be staring at us. They can't see us right now.
So just know when you go to
No.
take a picture of your house to show your friends the new windows, make sure you're at the right angle, because all you're doing is taking a picture of yourself centered right in the middle of the window.
We know that from experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, that's me.
Yeah, we've done that a few times.
The
I always
angle.
stand to the side.
Yeah.
when I'm taking
Well, I
the
learned the
picture.
hard way. It's like, I'm not
Yes.
posting that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And they'll ask you to do a review, just do the review. A lot of people don't like to do reviews, but I know you guys are taking pictures before and after, because that's what everybody does. And just to show your friends and family, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
We'd do it again sooner if we knew.
And we tell all our friends and family about
First
windows,
place.
first place windows, and we've already several people friends have already done it, and every one of them have been happy also.
Yes, very
So
nice.
they're the type
And it's
of
easy to remember. What do you want to be? First place. Right?
Great name.
First
Very
place.
good.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It was very thorough.
You bet you guys.